So today I'm going to talk about the zero waste lifestyle. During this quarantine time, it's a good time to recalibrate, look at what you have, and look at how you're using items. The obvious steps to living a more sustainable life is to reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce is a huge one, and I think that's a step that everyone kind of forgets about. The recycling aspect of this is becoming more and more complicated, and I will link some information below. Some recycling says that they're recycling, but really they're just shipping it to another country. Not saying that you shouldn't do it, just know that it's not always what it seems. The first step to understanding a sustainable lifestyle is to figure out what you're throwing away or recycling, and that will help you determine what you need to do to reduce that. In general, I try to stick with glass, metal, and cardboard over any kind of plastic. If I purchase something that is plastic, then I intend to purchase it for life. Biodegradable is different than compostable. Biodegradable just means that it will eventually break down within however many years. Compostable is even better because that means it will break down very, very quickly. If food is thrown into a landfill, it's not guaranteed that the landfill will be aerated in the right way, and so the food might not decompose in the right way. So it could actually be preserved forever, especially if it's in plastic containers. So make sure you're composting that. You can look at local places. You just throw it in a bucket and then they can pick it up, or you can drop it off. This might be difficult in quarantine. You can also make your own. You can look online. There are a lot of ways to make a composting bucket. I am very selective about the grocery stores that I go to. I try to go to places that have bulk available so that I can refill jars, or I go to the local meat place and I bring my own containers. So I just always pre-plan and I bring my own containers so that I'm not wasting any plastic or any other sort of packaging. I'm also trying to boycott as much as possible any sort of Amazon purchasing because I don't want the shipping boxes. Another principle I go by is try to purchase used. For example, this was from a thrift store. So trying to buy a used item, which you can't always do, but if you can opt for it, it's always the way to go. Try to buy used. Anytime you run out of something, the next purchase that you make, just make it intentional. Make sure you know the materials in the products. Even the packaging that it comes in is really important to me, and that's just something you can think about when you're making your next purchase. This goes for anything. If you run out of some sort of cleaner, go for a natural type of cleaner. If you have to buy online, make sure it's recyclable packaging. Make your own cleaner at home with a mixture of vinegar, or you can look up some online ways to make soaps and other things at home instead of buying things that are bad for the environment, that are packaged in a plastic bottle. Also, butter and sour cream and cream cheese, those things I can't find in a glass container versus plastic. So it's so easy. I made my own butter, I made my own sour cream. It's super easy to do. You just need milk or half and half, and both of those things are available in a glass container at some stores like Chateau, etc. And I froze the butter. I had 2 sticks. I kind of just divided it, froze it, and then I just chop into it when I need something to cook with. I also challenge you to try a little bit of minimalism. I'm hoping to do the van life thing soon, so minimalism is kind of hand in hand with this lifestyle because reduce, which is the hardest thing to do, is kind of the heart of minimalism. So check out some minimalism videos. It's really inspiring. There's a documentary on Netflix about it that really got to me. That's how I always am like, I want to do that because of a documentary. It's why I went without a car for a year and why I want to live in a van, and etc., etc. Last thing I want to mention is that there is a company called TerraCycle, which is very interesting. You can purchase a big old box. You throw all the things you don't know what to do within, and they will recycle it or upcycle it. I've read a little bit about how They use the idea that the recycled items are recycled to sell new products, which is kind of the reverse of what you're trying to do, but regardless, it's at least being reused. Of course, you never know if you can trust any company, but it's better than just throwing something away or donating it to Goodwill thinking that, you know, they're gonna do something with it and then they just toss it out or whatever. As consumers, we have a lot of power. So let's say something with our decisions. Let's say something with our purchasing. So in summary, it's baby steps. It's just small decisions that accumulate into a different lifestyle. A lot of these decisions might seem difficult while in quarantine, but I promise you that if you map things out, you know, go to that one grocery store that has all the items that you need and just go there once a week, that'll be helpful. Dig through your trash, and I'll see you next time.